Norway's apparent shift toward acquiring the South Korean K239 Chunmoo marks another significant moment in Europe's ongoing transformation of its long-range firepower. Although no official confirmation has yet been released, multiple indicators suggest that Oslo is leaning strongly toward the Chunmoo system over both the American HIMARS and the German-led EuroPULS. This emerging preference reflects not only technical and financial considerations, but also a broader geopolitical trend in which NATO members diversify their defense partners to secure supply chains, accelerate deliveries, and reduce dependence on legacy European manufacturers struggling to meet wartime demand. The K239 Chunmoo has rapidly established itself as one of the most competitive multiple-launch rocket systems on the export market. Often described as the wheeled equivalent of the M270, it offers firepower flexibility, modularity, and rapid reload cycles. Its launcher can fire a wide range of rockets, from 130mm unguided variants to 239mm guided missiles and ballistic strike munitions, giving operators the ability to tailor ammunition types to budget, mission profile, and availability. For Norway, whose artillery modernization programs have been heavily influenced by the security environment following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, this versatility is particularly valuable. The country already relies on South Korean technology through its K9 Vidar self-propelled howitzers, a cooperation that has proven efficient, cost-effective, and politically low friction. This existing industrial relationship gives Hanwha Aerospace a clear strategic advantage. The decision by the Norwegian Ministry of Defense to move closer to Chunmoo reportedly eliminates the EuroPULS system from consideration, at least in the near term. KNDS Deutschland, which had hoped to position EuroPULS as Europe's next-generation artillery platform, appears to have been sidelined months earlier. Although not officially confirmed, this outcome aligns with wider European frustration over delays, rising production costs, and uncertainty surrounding EuroPULS's maturity. As a modular concept still in development, EuroPULS lacks the operational track record and standardized production pipeline that countries like Norway consider essential in the current security climate. The urgent need for readily available systems capable of rapid deployment has pushed several NATO militaries to look beyond traditional suppliers and opt for established, already tested alternatives. At the same time, the United States HIMARS remains a technically strong competitor, but recent global demand, driven largely by its battlefield effectiveness in Ukraine, has strained production and slowed delivery schedules. For smaller states seeking to modernize quickly, long wait times are increasingly unacceptable. In this sense, Chunmoo offers a pragmatic balance, comparable range and precision options, high mobility, compatibility with multiple missile families, and faster timelines. Importantly, Korea's defense industry has demonstrated an ability to scale production rapidly, delivering large orders to Poland on schedule, even as European producers struggle to meet rising domestic demand. The Norwegian debate, therefore, reflects more than a narrow procurement choice, it signals a structural shift within NATO's procurement ecosystem. European countries are reassessing their dependence on a small group of suppliers whose output can no longer match strategic demand. South Korean systems, artillery, armor, air defense, and naval platforms, are increasingly viewed as reliable alternatives that strengthen resilience by diversifying sourcing. For NATO states located within Russia's potential threat envelope, this diversification is becoming an essential pillar of national defense planning. However, Norway's final decision is not yet locked in place. The country's defense budget for next year has not formally included a dedicated category for rocket artillery procurement, suggesting that the government may postpone contracting until the updated long-term defense plan is approved. This allows policymakers to reassess costs, industrial cooperation opportunities, and integration requirements. It also means that, politically, Oslo retains maneuverability. An early leak of preference toward Chunmoo does not legally bind the government. EuroPULS, though effectively sidelined, has not been officially removed from competition, preserving diplomatic neutrality toward German industry. Meanwhile, Lockheed Martin remains an option, and U.S. Norwegian defense ties remain robust, especially in the domains of missile defense, naval operations, and intelligence sharing. Norway's cautious pacing also reflects the complexity of integrating a new MLRS into a Nordic operational architecture increasingly oriented toward joint capability development with Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. Each of these countries is pursuing its own artillery modernization path. Finland operates M270S, Denmark has invested in Caesar howitzers, Sweden is reshaping its industrial base, and Estonia is preparing for a mixed HIMARS, Chunmoo fleet, signaling unprecedented interoperability flexibility in the region. If Oslo adopts Chunmoo, it will take its place among a growing set of NATO members employing Korean artillery solutions, joining Poland and potentially Estonia. This could open the door to shared maintenance hubs, joint ammunition procurement agreements, and coordinated training standards. The growing European interest in Chunmoo also raises broader questions about the future of Europe's own defense industrial base. Many European manufacturers argue that turning to external suppliers may undermine long-term technological sovereignty. Yet for frontline NATO states, the priority is immediate capability, not industrial ideology. The continued high-intensity fighting in Ukraine has exposed the vulnerability of slow procurement cycles and insufficient stockpiles. European states urgently need long-range precision fires capable of deterring or halting mechanized formations, a requirement that Chunmoo's modular architecture is well positioned to meet. In the broader strategic context, Norway's likely choice of Chunmoo symbolizes a pragmatic approach to deterrence in the high north. Faced with a security environment that is both unpredictable and rapidly evolving, Oslo is unwilling to risk delays or technological ambiguities. South Korea, having cultivated a reputation as a fast, dependable, and politically neutral supplier, offers stability in a market increasingly shaped by global conflict and supply chain disruptions. Ultimately, whether Chunmoo becomes Norway's next MLRS will depend on political timing and budgetary negotiations rather than technical doubts. The system is proven, scalable, and already embedded within Norway's artillery ecosystem through its connection to the K9 program. If confirmed, this acquisition will mark another step in the quiet reorientation of European defense procurement toward Asian partners capable of delivering quickly and at scale. It will also reinforce a growing trend in which NATO members prioritize operational readiness and resilience above traditional supplier loyalties, reshaping the future of Europe's long-range strike capabilities for the decade ahead.